Near the very end, something changes in how the dying speak. They stop talking about dying, and they start talking about leaving. A woman on a hospice ward told her family she would not be there the next day. Not because she felt worse, but because, she said, some people were coming to take her on a journey. She was calm and she was clear, and the researchers who wrote her words down had heard them before. One patient is a moment, but hospice workers hear a version of it again and again, enough that they gave the pattern a name. They call it the departure language. Near the end, the dying stop describing an illness and begin describing a trip, a ticket, a map, a bag to pack, a ride that is coming. Nurses write down what they hear, and laid side by side, the words of strangers who never met begin to rhyme. I have to go. Where is my ticket? I need to get in line. I'm going home. Different patients, different decades, the same handful of sentences. Some of it is almost administrative. Patients ask for a map. They say the bus is late. One told her nurse she would be back on Tuesday, as if death were a trip with a return date. And it is not new. In 1931, days before he died, a famous inventor woke from a nap, looked up and said, "It is very beautiful over there." Then the language turns. The talk of leaving becomes the arrival of someone else. The dying look to a corner of the room and say, "They're here." And often they name someone. A mother, a husband, a sister, gone for years, described as standing in the room, waiting to take them along. The clinical view is strong, and it explains a great deal. A journey is how nearly every culture already talks about death. Add a dying brain and medication and a listener who fills in the gaps, and the shared script writes itself. But the metaphor explains the journey, not the passenger. It can explain why they talk about a trip. It is harder to explain the specific named person they insist has come to take them on it. We are not here to tell you what it means. Maybe we all reach for the same old words because they are the only ones that fit, or maybe so many strangers describe the same journey because, at the end, they are all being called to the same place. If someone you love is nearing the end, knowing this language can turn fear into recognition. There's a free family guide linked below. And if these case files stay with you, subscribe and follow the record with us. This is a documentary, not medical or grief advice. The words are real, and they have been written down for a century. The explanation is still open. The question is not whether the dying say the same things. They do. It is why the last words of strangers so often rhyme. We open the records. You decide who was waiting.